Hello everyone, my name is antagonist and welcome to the very first tier list video on this channel. So a while back I did a retrospective video on the No More Heroes series of games. It's a video I am really proud of and worked really hard on. It took a lot of time. It's probably my longest video yet. I highly recommend you check it out. A link to it will be in the description below. Now in the video I did briefly touch on some bosses in the game, but I never really went into too much detail. I did explain only a few of my favorites and a few of my least favorites, but I never really talked more in depth about them. Well, not that this video is going to be in depth because this is an improvised video. I have no script. There will be stutters and mispronunciations and a lot of jump cuts because I don't know, I work better on a script, and maybe I should have scripted the intro. The point is, this is a tier list video on the No More Heroes bosses. Now, unlike regular tier lists, instead of ranking based on letter like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I'm instead gonna do 5 simple ranks. The simple ranks go as follows. The top one being hell yeah, the bottom one being screw you, the second best being pretty good, third one, and it's not really the best or worst, it's just alright. I didn't like them or dislike them. And dislike is also pretty self-explanatory. Now before we get into this tier list, there will be minor spoilers to the No More Heroes series of games that are currently out. As of recording this, the current games that are out are No More Heroes 1, No More Heroes 2, Desperate Struggle, and Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. So there might be some minor spoilers in discussing the bosses and the reason why I'm placing them there, or just in general discussion. I don't really have a specific criteria for how I'm ranking these bosses. Most of it will come from enjoyment, and maybe I might throw in some bonuses like theme song, essence to the story, and overall personality, and all that might tie in, but most of it will be based on enjoyment. So, with that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin ranking the No More Heroes bosses. Oh wait, I forgot one more thing. This is just my opinion, so don't get too angry if you see something on here that you don't like or you think should have been higher or lower. Just my opinion, and don't hurt me. Alright, let's get into this. So first we're going to start off with Alice Twilight. Now, this boss I didn't really like at first, but upon my second time playing through, I've actually begun to appreciate this boss more, and I really enjoyed fighting him. There were some parts I didn't like, because I do have footage of me getting her stuck in a corner, which got a little bit on my nerves, and I just had to wait patiently. But other than that, this was a fun boss. This is really great. We're going to start pretty strong. We're going to go with hell yeah. Okay, next up is Captain Vladimir from No More Heroes 2. I should probably tell you which games they're from. Alice is from No More Heroes 2. Captain Vladimir is from No More Heroes 2 as well. So Captain Vladimir, this boss is another one of those I didn't like at first, but I've actually kind of started to like them as I went about. They were a pretty unique boss. An astronaut just shooting lasers down at you from space, and just in general. The theme song is surprisingly kind of chill compared to the rest of the bosses. This was an interesting boss. I don't think it's like, you know, like a praiseworthy boss. Maybe my opinion will change on it later in the future. But until then, I'm gonna give him a pretty good. You know what? This is a pretty good boss fight. Next up is Death Metal. Now this boss was fine. All right. It's a pretty good introduction. It's a pretty good first boss. I actually do kind of like his personality, you know, his deep, sexy Australian voice, or is it Australian? I think it's Australian. Yeah, you know what? This is a good boss. Like, I was going to put him at alright, but I don't know. He's a pretty good boss. Let's put him at pretty good. Okay, next up is Kimmy Howell from No More Heroes 2. So this boss is actually kind of an optional boss. You can fight her if you want to, but there is a way to skip her. Now, I did, of course, fight this boss because why not? Kimmy, I don't really have any strong feelings towards her. I think I almost died at one point in one playthrough, and throughout my second video footage, I did all right. I don't have any strong feelings toward Kimmy, and she's just all right. That's the tier she's going in. Now, next up is from No More Heroes 1. I'm not gonna bother trying to attempt to pronounce that full name because holy. Now, I did mention in my No More Heroes retrospective that Harvey is a fun boss, and he is. The problem is though, I didn't show much gameplay of him because I think I might have sucked balls when fighting him. Well, that came out wrong. Well, I didn't really do well fighting him, and but still, he's a nice boss. I like his personality. I like his little his magician personality, and I'm a little stuck between Harvey. I'm stuck between a hell yeah and a pretty good, and I think we're gonna call it to a coin toss. All right, so heads is going to be hell yeah. Tails is going to be pretty good. Let's go. It's Tails. It's Tails. Harvey, nothing personal, buddy. I'm gonna get you at a high. I'm gonna put you at the very front for pretty good because Harvey is one of my favorites from No More Heroes 1, and you know, he's a pretty good boss. All right. Up next is Holly Summers. Now, if you remember my No More Heroes retrospective, I did not like this boss. In fact, I actually kind of hated it. Now, if you didn't see my No More Heroes retrospective, which why didn't you? What the heck is wrong with you? I worked really hard on it. If you didn't see it, I said that I didn't like Holly because constantly falling down holes is annoying. I can't get the timing down on the rockets. Oh, and every time you die and restart the boss, the first time you fall down a hole, you have to watch a cutscene and a loading screen. So yeah, screw you, Holly Summers, for trying my patience. Up next is Margaret Moonlight. This is a lot of people's favorite boss from No More Heroes 2. Now, most of the responses is because of her theme song, Philistine. Margaret Moonlight, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really like them very much. I didn't like their sniper move, and they just kept hitting me from afar, and every time I'd block it just drained my beam katana battery. It caused me to switch to a different left weapon or recharge it. I'm probably going to get a lot of crap for saying this, but I did not really enjoy Margaret Moonlight's fight. The theme song is good though. Her song Philistine's really good. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to put her in dislike. Sorry. Next up is Nathan Copeland from No More Heroes 2. Now, this is a boss when I first played the game I didn't like, but I've kind of grown to like him. That being said though, this boss still annoyed me. As you progress through this boss fight, he starts like putting up all these environmental hazards and traps, such as a chandelier that falls on you, bomb plants that are on like little treadmill or escalator, and then you have like lasers that come from like corners of the ceiling. And it does become kind of an annoying fight, but I didn't have as much difficulty in my second playthrough as I did my first playthrough. If I were to rank Nathan Copeland, I'd probably put him around, all right, because there's still some stuff that make him redeemable. He's got a good boss fight theme, I like his personality, and he's just a pretty cool character. I don't know if I want to see more of him. I think he's fine just being a one-off boss, so, you know. So Nathan Copeland, you get the alright ranking. Okay, next up is Million Gunmen from No More Heroes 2. Now this is a boss you fight with Shinobu, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like this boss. This boss, you basically go on a wild goose chase. He goes in like elevators and shoots you at random areas, and you have to platform your way to him and hack and slash at him. And I don't really think he's really worth memorable or standing out. I didn't really like him, so he gets the dislike ranking. Next up is Jasper Bat Jr. from No More Heroes 2. Screw you. Alright, moving on. Dr. Peace from No More Heroes 1. Now, Dr. Peace was an interesting boss, and I thought it'd be one of my favorites, but upon my second playthrough, I didn't really like his playthrough style. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some things that make him good. He has a great boss fight theme song, his area is pretty cool. Who am I kidding? The boss fight theme song is probably one of the best I've heard from him. I even used it in my No More Heroes retrospective video. But the thing is, Dr. Peace is literally just dodge and hit. You can't attack him even when he's about to attack. The only time you can ever hit him is when you reload. So with Dr. Peace, he's fine personality-wise. I just don't see myself enjoying him as much as I do someone like Alice Twilight or so. So I'm kind of stuck between pretty good and alright, and I'm debating if I want to leave it to a coin toss. Who am I kidding? I'm going to put him at pretty good just for his theme song alone, alright? You got lucky, Dr. Peace. Next up is Destroy Man. Now this is an absolute hell yeah. I love this boss. This boss has like a great personality. Like when he's not in costume, he's just this humble, nice delivery guy, but then he turns into this superhero who just has a big ego. And I like all his moves. Destroy Spark, Destroy. This is just a great boss, and I'm glad he's coming back from No More Heroes 3. Hell yeah, man. Destroy Man gets hell yeah. Speaking of Destroy Man, his comeback I didn't really enjoy that much with Destroy Man 2. This boss just annoyed me. Don't get me wrong, Destroy Man 1 was really great in the first one. Destroy Man 2 just got my nerve. So Destroy Man 2 is essentially just two bosses, and you have to fight to destroy man as it is said. Now this sounds cool on paper, but just fighting two destroy men is very annoying. One does constant range attacks on you, and another does like melee attacks. And when you KO one, the second one will revive him. And it just drags out the battle really long, even if you end up bodyguarding the KO'd or dead one. So, the theme song's good go. The theme song's good go, but that's not enough. That's not enough. It worked for Dr. Peace, but not for you, New Destroy Man. Screw you. You get the screw you ranking. Next up is Bad Girl. Now, this was a good boss fight. Now, it's a really hard boss fight, and I died a lot, and you think that frustration might make me put a low rank, but you know what? No. All right, this is a good boss. I like the theme song, and I like their personalities is very morbid and wild and pretty dark humorous at times. And Bad Girl's just great, okay? Bad Girl's a good boss and a pretty interesting character. And I'm glad she's coming back for No More Heroes 3. You get the hell yeah ranking, Bad Girl. Hell freaking yeah. Next up is Skelter Helter from No More Heroes 2. Now, Skelter Helter is the first boss you fight. He's literally the first thing you actually fight in the game. It is essentially your tutorial. This is a pretty good boss. I like his theme song. I like how you fight him on like a rooftop. Gameplay was alright. I'm not really feeling like the hell yeah vibe I'm getting. So I'm just gonna put Helter Skelter at like a very high version of pretty good. Maybe my opinion might change and he'll probably deserve a hell yeah ranking. Next up is Mimi from No More Heroes 2. Now Mimi, you fight with Henry Cooldown. And as I said in my No More Heroes retrospective, I loved playing as Henry Cooldown, and this was a fun boss fight, alright? This was just a great boss fight. So for some reason I died once in all my playthroughs, probably because I pulled a stupid move. My brain just decided, let's shut down for a bit. I liked fighting Mimi, and I loved playing as Henry Cooldown. And not to mention I'm just gonna go out and say this. The remix of We Are Finally Cowboys is so much better than the original version. Yeah, freaking fight me. Mimi gets the hell yeah ranking, just for being a good boss. Okay, up next is Matt Helms from No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle. This is a good boss, and I like how it's more of a psycho killer like boss, and he pays homage to American horror and to an extent in the cutscene some Japanese horror. This is just a great boss, and I like its unconventional. I like his unconventional weapon of the flamethrower axe, and this was actually just a nice boss. It just really told you how to keep your distance. I can't really think of anything bad about this guy actually. I mean, other than the fact that maybe at sometimes his fight can be claustrophobic, but you know what? I'm in a good mood today. We're gonna give Matt Helms hell yeah, because this is a great boss. Okay, next up is Charlie McDonald from No More Heroes 2. Now you're thinking, what's with the robot? Well, this boss is actually a football player who pilots a robot. I thought the robot controls were a bit clunky, and it's great to have a robot fight in this game, and I thought it was a pretty unique fight, but I don't really think it deserves a hell yeah ranking. And I liked how the theme song is reminiscent of like an old Godzilla theme song. I want to give it alright, but it was pretty unique, and you just really had to get good at this boss, even with the clunky controls. So I'm feeling generous. Let's put you at pretty good, okay? Next up is Dr. Shake. Now, in No More Heroes 1, this was a joke boss. You essentially go down a long corridor, find the boss, have it get killed by someone else, and you think they're gonna be the boss, but then you get stopped by Sylvia. I did say this, there will be minor spoilers. And this, in No More Heroes 1, it was a joke boss, but No More Heroes 2, it's an actual boss. You think you might be fighting a ginormous mother trucker, but honestly, it kind of becomes a game of cat and mouse. So I do have footage of me fighting this boss, but I can't tell if I was too much of a wuss, because this boss is like a move where he shakes the entire ground, and by countdown of 3, everything just goes up in pillars, and it just takes off a number of, it takes off half your health. Most of the footage is just me patiently waiting and trying to catch up, because sometimes when you do catch up to this boss, it does end up running away, so it can turn to a wild goose chase. I want to put it pretty good, but the goose chase factor can really, if you're not quick enough that is, can really make or break this boss for me, in my opinion. So I'm gonna put it at like a high alright. It had a good theme song and everything, and you know, it just gets alright. Next up is Chloe Walsh. Now this boss has a great theme song, but I didn't like the level that came before it, which was you just had to do a stealth mission, and the stealth mission was not good. This boss is just alright. I don't really know how to explain it. It had a good theme song. I like her little gothy, Poison Ivy like vibe, but Other than that, the fight itself is just, it's alright. Chloe Walsh is just alright. Okay? Next up is Ryuji from No More Heroes 2. I think I forgot to say the last characters from the last games, but Ryuji, I didn't really like that much. I didn't really like the motorcycle joust, and I'm stuck between a dislike and a screw you. To be honest, yeah, I didn't like Ryuji. That's apparently gonna be an unpopular opinion. So I'm torn between dislike and screw you. And I don't know, dislike is getting kind of lonely, so I'm probably gonna be generous and give Ryuji the honor of not being in screw you and just put him at dislike. Alright, so the rest of these bosses are a few No More Heroes 1 bosses and a lot of Travis Strikes Again bosses. So Travis Strikes Again, a lot of it is probably going to be either at, probably the highest is going to be at pretty good. A lot of the bosses in Travis Strikes Again kind of do play same of, you know, dodge and hit and use an ability. And yeah, you know, the rest of the No More Heroes games may have had the dodge and hit strategy, but they had something unique and something that made them stand out, whether it was good or bad. So first up is Brian Buster Jr. Now this was actually a pretty cool boss because throughout the whole level of Coffee and Donuts, you're essentially going in a side scroller. The camera is like right beside you. You're just kind of walking about, and it feels like a 2.5D side scroller beat 'em up. And the boss fight was pretty interesting. Essentially, you're fighting Brian Buster Jr. and like he's like in like a robot kind of thing and has like missiles coming from his house raining down on you. It's a pretty interesting boss fight, but I found it pretty difficult in both playthroughs. I think I might have died either maybe once in my second one and twice in my first one. I don't remember my first playthrough of him very well, so I'm probably gonna put Brian Buster Jr. at alright. Just got annoyed. I would have put him at pretty good, but he just kind of annoyed me. So he gets a low alright. Alright, next up is White Sheep Man, otherwise known as Dr. Juvenile, the final boss in Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes. Almost messed that up. For some reason, my first playthrough, I died a lot, and I played on normal mode. But my second playthrough of Travis Strikes Again, I played on like, not the hardest difficulty, but I think the second hardest, the one that's unlocked for you before you beat the game and unlock the hardest difficulty. White Sheep Man, or Dr. Juvenile, I actually enjoyed it. It's just it's one of those fights you really got to keep your distance, and then once it's good, you go in for the kill. This was an enjoyable boss fight. There wasn't really a lot to stand out in the Travis Strikes Again bosses, in my opinion, aside from maybe a few of personality and all that. So I'm kind of stuck between alright and pretty good. Do I want to do another coin toss? Do I want to do another coin toss? May as well. I'm indecisive. Crap. Heads is pretty good. Alright. Tails is alright. Here we go. Coin fell. And redo. Attempt number 3. Tails. You're going alright, White Sheep Man. White Sheep Man is just alright. Okay, next up is Silverface. Now, my No More Heroes retrospective, I said I didn't have the DLC and I didn't play it. But I got money the other day and I bought Bubblegum Fatale. Just so I can make a proper tier list video, because originally the plan was to just watch a playthrough and determine from there, but that would be very disingenuous of me. Now, that being said though, Silverface, I ended up fighting co-op with my brother, which shout out to him for playing Travis Strikes Again with me, the Bubblegum Fatale DLC. I gotta say, Silverface was enjoyable, and the theme song was pretty interesting, and I liked how he fought in a pinball setting. He almost looked like a jaded, tired competitor / killer. And you know what? I'm feeling pretty good. Bubblegum Fatale was a pleasant surprise, and I might just replay the whole game playing as Bad Girl, and I'm just gonna put Silverface at pretty good. Alright, I'm in a good mood. Next up is Doppelganger. Now if we're just gonna go off the base game without the DLC, I really liked Doppelganger. He had a pretty cool fight, and I liked his personality of saying, oh, I'm a killer full of joy. The Doppelganger was great. I thought he was fun. And I'm thinking about putting him at pretty good, okay? This is a pretty good boss. Okay, next up is Electro Triple Star. This is the first boss of Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes. I forgot to say the last 3 were from Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes. Now, Electro Triple Star is a decent boss fight. There's nothing really I disliked or hated about him. I think I had trouble with him in my first playthrough, but other than that, I managed pretty fine on my second playthrough. It's neither good nor bad. I actually fought him twice my second playthrough, once as Travis and twice as Badman, just to get some information on the game. And Oh yeah, you know, Triple Star is pretty decent. He's good. Nothing really bad or good. I'm just gonna put him at alright, okay? Triple Star is an alright category. Next up is Smoking King from Travis Strikes Again. Admittedly, I had to look this up because I completely forgot his name and I kept calling him Golden Dragon even though he's actually called Smoking King. His game is Golden Dragon DP. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like this boss. I didn't really like him. Kept throwing like little gas that damages you, and that's kind of just the most annoying takeaway I've ever got from this boss. I'm pretty sure there was other moves, but honestly, I don't remember much of him except the gas he kept tossing at you. And I don't know, I just didn't really like this boss. I'm gonna put Smoking King at dislike. Alright, 5 more bosses, 4 of which are from No More Heroes 1 and 1 Travis Strikes Again boss. I'm probably gonna get the Travis Strikes Again boss out of the way. This boss is called 8 Hearts. 8 Hearts was pretty interesting. I like this theme song. His boss was alright, and I like how he was like a somewhat miniature continuation of Shadows of the Damned, which I might want to play that game one day. I don't know, there's not really much to stand out 8 Hearts aside from his theme song. He's got a good theme song, but I don't know if that's good enough to be put at pretty good. I'm going to put him at alright. 8 Hearts, you're alright. Can't wait to play Shadows of the Damned one day. Final 4, we have all from No More Heroes 1, and the first one is Speedbuster. Now, this boss, depending on the player, can be pretty good or annoying. Now, not pretty good ranking, but just good and otherwise. But Speedbuster I thought was pretty interesting. Now, in my second playthrough, I forgot how to beat this boss properly because I'm freaking stupid, but not because it's tier list, but for other reasons. Now, this was a pretty cool boss. Instead of like the traditional health bar, you essentially just you have to run up to her while she fires like a ginormous laser at you, and you kind of have to run for shelter. It's a pretty interesting fight, but I don't know if it's worthy of like a hell yeah hype moment. It definitely makes you tense, but you know, I do like Speedbuster's theme song. And you know, the tension can be helpful to the gameplay, and I'm just gonna be generous and put Speedbuster at hell yeah. Next up is Jean, the last boss of No More Heroes 1. Remember, I said there'd be spoilers. I don't really have much to say about Jean. I guess she's definitely a fast attacker, and I kind of like how the area closes in around her. I don't really remember Jean very well. Except story-wise, I remember Jean. I remember Jean story-wise, but boss fight, gameplay-wise, I'm just gonna put her at alright. Okay, Jean, you're alright. Now, last 2, Henry Cooldown and Shinobu. We'll start with Henry Cooldown. Henry Cooldown was really cool, and now I did fight him on easy difficulty just to have easier access to, but still, his one-hit kill move, you really gotta be wary of, and can really provide a challenge on higher difficulties. Henry Cooldown was just really cool, and yeah, I think I'm gonna put him at hell yeah. Hell yeah, Henry Cooldown, you're in the top ranks. And last but not least, we have Shinobu from No More Heroes 1. Now, Shinobu's a pretty interesting case. When I fought her the first time playing, I really liked it. My second time, not so much. I kept dying a lot my second time. I don't know why. I did get a little angry a bit my second time playing because I kept dying a lot, and you know, that's annoying. But, you know, Shinobu I had a fun time with. It's not really hell yeah or alright, but I also really like her character as she progresses. But in terms of boss fight, she's pretty good, but not worthy of like a hell yeah, and almost annoy me to want to put her at alright. But you know what, Shinobu, you're fun, you're great, and I look forward to seeing you in No More Heroes 3. You get the pretty good rank, Shinobu. Congratulations. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the completed No More Heroes tier list. Here is all my rankings. Remember, this is just my personal opinion. And if you disagree with it, fine. But if you agree with it, that's cool. Yeah, that's the tier list. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a like if you enjoyed it. Dislike it if you dislike it. And if you want to see more inconsistent content by me, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps and knows that I have some value in this world. As I said before, I was in a No More Heroes-y mood and just wanted to do this video as like a little encore from my No More Heroes retrospective video, which I highly recommend you check it out. And I try to keep it all spoiler free. And yeah, that's about it, honestly. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Until then, I'll see you all later.